Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for the Manchester United versus Sevilla Europa League preview. Premier League returns, Europa League returns, and join me today once again to preview this game tomorrow against Sevilla is Tom. How's things, Tom, with yourself?
Grano, and how are you?
Good. United got the job done on the weekend. Well deserved.
We did, yeah.
May I say. Sevilla tomorrow. Lots to talk about. Rashford, Casemiro's back. I don't know about you, Tom, but I'm delighted Casemiro's.
Oh,
He would listen,
I
even
think
if
everyone is. No, everyone is. We needed him back. I mean, I know we would have a couple of games there the last week, but at the same time, you can clearly see how much we've missed Casemiro. But he's back. He's back.
I mean, well, he was out for 4 games. We lost 1 and 1-3. It's not bad.
Yeah, we beat Fulham, lost Newcastle. We beat also Brentford and Everton. So no, it's good, but you can still see where he's missing because like his missing. The fact he was missing was still obvious. Like we still certainly were a bit sloppy in some of those games and all that. But I mean, we got the job done at least.
Yeah, we did, and hold on. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we did, and I mean, I don't know about you, but I think the only convincing win was without him was probably the one against Everton.
Yeah, no, the first half we were actually really good. We should have been 4-5 up. I mean, Anthony missed 2 good chances. Also, he hit the crossbar. Saka missed an easy chance. No, first half we were very good. I think we had like 21 shots or something by the first half. Obviously, because Connolly got a good goal. Second half we kind of calmed down, but as expected, But Martial, calm mistake. Rashford capitalizes. Martial gets a good easy finish, and that was more than enough for the job done. I mean, yeah, no, the other few games, like we were still okay, but there were certainly, as I said, we certainly were as good as we were with Casemiro on the side. But at least we needed wins in those games. We got them now with Casemiro back, so hopefully life's a bit more easier for us now because we have him back.
I mean, Coleman, as an Irish fan, looking at that Coleman mistake, I was like, you dope. But then as a Man United fan, I was like, haha.
Yeah, no, it got stuck in his feet. Just poor touch. Yeah. Rashford just gets it. Good, nice pass to Martial, easy finish. Good to see Martial back on the score sheet. I mean, apart from the goal, he did nothing. I mean, he came on at like 60th minute. Other than the goal, he did nothing. He had a pretty quiet game, but he had to get a goal. He got a goal, did the job. We can't ask for more.
Yeah, I think obviously when Rashford came off, he moved on to the left wing, and then was Weghorst, and then I think he threw Bruno on the right wing actually.
Yeah, Bruno was on the right wing, and it was a midfield 3 of Fernandez, Fred, and I think McTominay. It was McTominay because Sabitzer came off.
Yeah, I thought Sancho didn't do too bad now.
Sancho was good. No, Sancho was actually good. No, I'll give Sancho a good game. He's got good football intelligence. Some of the skills he was doing is very good. Now Sancho had one of his better games. I mean, got an assist as well from McTominay. So I'm hoping he can recover. I know it was only Everton, but still, it was a good game. So I'm just hoping he can continue on playing well. And this wasn't just a one-off.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's like that's the thing with people like Sancho. You don't know what you're going to get from them. Like he can play shite tomorrow.
He's a mixed bag. Like no, exactly, he's a mixed bag. Like he's hit and miss. Like I mean, good player overall. Like boys, we just need to get a bit of consistency. Like I mean, he scored against Leeds and obviously scored against Leicester, and then he went a bit quiet. Yeah. No, I think he was injured actually. But he was out for a little bit after that. Now he's back, and now he's got good performance and assists against Everton. Hopefully, he can continue on. But who are we to know?
Yeah, that's it. I think with Rashford as well being out, you'll need to up his game.
Yeah, that's a big loss. I mean, I'll be honest. Like it was going to happen eventually. Unfortunately, Rashford was on a good run for him, but we all knew he's probably. I mean, it's not. At least he'll be back before the end of the season, I guess. But it's still heartbreaking. He's injured. He's been our best player this season. I mean, we've made him one of the best wingers in the league, and he's injured now.
Yeah, no. I mean, when I seen him kind of holding on to his groin, I thought, surely this won't dampen a good day.
Yeah, I was praying it was going to be minor. Like, and he's going to be off a few games. So as long as he's back for the semi-final FA Cup, then I won't be too worried.
I'll say he'll make that his business to be back there. I mean,
Well, I
Ten
hope
Hag
so.
supposedly said to be out for a few games, you won't be out for too long. Which thing is about Rashford, I think it was the second leg against Barcelona. He came off, had his boot in his hands. A few days before the Carabao Cup final, and we were like, oh shit. And then he was playing the Carabao Cup final. So you don't know what you're going to get from Rashford. Again, no matter what we say, he's not going to be available tomorrow. But, I think we should be Forest without Rashford. Without Rashford, we
Yeah,
should be beating
yeah,
them. I know their
yeah.
home form is decent, but still.
We're
Who
finally
do we have?
fast.
Yeah, and then we have Sevilla away, which probably be the only tough one, but like,
Semi-final is where it's at. The semi-final is Brighton.
yeah,
That's where it's at.
yeah, that's it. I mean, Brighton, like, you don't know what you're going to get from them. Lost against Tottenham on the weekend. Obviously, they should have had a penalty, but you know,
Mm.
welcome to our world where VAR fucks you over. uh, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I was going to get your overall thoughts on this Rashford injury. Like, are you still confident without him, or what you thinking?
I'm hoping it'll be okay. I mean, we still have decent attackers in Anthony and Martial. Hoping he's fit, and Sancho. Like, we still have decent attackers, but at the same time, you haven't got that one player who will score for you every. We don't have a proper consistent goal scorer. Like Martial, when he plays, he's good. He just rarely plays. Sancho isn't exactly a goal scorer. Neither is Anthony. They'll score once every 5 or 6 games, and then they go quiet. So that, and Weghorst, he's not that much good to you. Other than scoring goals, I'm not too worried. Rashford be a big loss when it comes to being clinical, but I'm just hoping that hopefully Anthony or Sancho or one of them, someone can just step up and get a goal or two while Rashford's absent and just get us through.
Yes, hopefully we can, get the job done. Like, that's one thing we've kind of been poor on this season is scoring goals. So hopefully Ten Hag has something up his sleeve. I mean, whoever starts tomorrow knows that they have to up their game. There's none of this. Let's rely on Rashford because he's not there. I mean, I think he's been our target man this season, and
Yeah.
and obviously we can see why. Like, it's been brilliant ever since the start of the season. Hopefully, this injury doesn't affect any, form or whatever he has. Which, I mean, I'm just glad that we haven't got top big opponents coming up, like a Man City or a Liverpool or an Arsenal or a Newcastle coming up, because I know that those teams have slapped us with Rashford, but he gives you a bit of hope when he gets the ball.
He does, yeah.
So hopefully, fingers crossed, he can be back for the for the FA Cup semis. Yeah, that'll do nicely if he's back for them games. But I'm sure he'll make it his business. I mean, Rashford played a full season with. Remember that injury? I think was it a shoulder injury or something like that. He played like a season with a shoulder injury.
Oh, he was carrying an injury and he was playing he played every single game of the season. That was appalling. If you're injured, you're injured. I don't know whether it was him insisting on playing or was it Ollie insisting. I don't know who was saying for him to play, but bad move, not a clever move at all. I get what the intention was, but if someone's injured, they're injured. They can't play. Don't keep playing and make their injury worse. Let them recover, and then they'll be back to their best. It's so annoying. And one minor injury that can just do you.
I know. He's it definitely wasn't the bravest decision. I don't think Ten Hag could be the kind of guy to do that. I hope
not. I don't think so anyway.
He'd rather sacrifice you not playing. He'd rather really not score any goals than having you out for a long, long time. So, as well. So, I mean, Casemiro and Eriksen are finally back. Would that be some sort of the reason why you are still confident?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, when the two of them were playing throughout, after the World Cup, or even before, they were, since they two of them together would go so well. Like, I mean, Casemiro, is an absolute beast. Eriksen, good passer, our top sister in the Prem. No, the two of them were unreal together. Like, I mean, I know we tried having like Fred and Sabitzer and all them. Like, I don't have to say that. Casemiro and Eriksen, Casemiro and Eriksen, the two of them, they do the job. Like, I mean, that's part of the reason why we're so far. I mean, when Eriksen went off injured back in January, we fall a bit after that. I mean, I know, like, that's why we lost like 7 at Liverpool. That's why we had a good few poor results, because the two of them were out, or one or the other, but mainly two of them in particular. But even one of them being out does enough damage.
Yeah, that's on both of them back is brilliant. On like when I seen Eriksen come on, it was so nice seeing him back on that pitch. He looked fit. He didn't look like we threw him back into just it was desperate times where we needed him. Ten Hag. I mean, we probably could have picked him for the game against Brentford, but Ten Hag, in fairness, took it easy. And Eriksen, Casemiro, will we see them two play each other tomorrow? I'm not sure. I doubt it, to be honest, but you never know. I wouldn't complain. And yeah, them two being back, like, they are like before, obviously, Eriksen got the injury and that. Casemiro and Eriksen was a certain midfield. You knew that was going to be it now. Like Sabitzer, Tom, he's doing pretty well when he plays in that number 8.
No, Sabitzer's good. No, Sabitzer has a very similar playing style to Eriksen. He's very good at passing. He's very good at creating chances. No, Sabitzer is a good midfielder as well. Like, don't get me wrong. He's done very well. Like, I would like to see him permanently. I'm not sure is he a nail on starter, but definitely as a backup option, he's very handy in playing some like the cup games and all that. Sabitzer's not a bad player, No, Sabitzer's done like Eriksen. Like, he's not as good as Eriksen, but like, I will say this now. I mean, Sabitzer's done a very good job. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, I like Sabitzer, and it's nice to see him just play a lot more, because I think he was like, I'm not sure if he was injured, but he was kind of on the bench a few times, and then obviously we had Fred, then I think Casemiro being suspended kind of gave him the game time, but he's done well ever since, to be fair. And again, what midfield will we see Ten Hag go? It'll be the interesting one. Looking forward to seeing what midfield he does go with. But again, they're back. I'm delighted. Solid midfield. I mean, if we coming into this game tomorrow without a Casemiro, I probably wouldn't be as confident, but I am with them. But Tom, Sevilla tomorrow. What's your thoughts on this upcoming game?
Another thing we have to take note of: Sevilla are doing really poor in the Liga. Like, I mean, I think they've had like 3 managers this season already. For like a Europa League, like 5th, 6th place around team, they're like 13. Like, they're having a really bad season. So we need to take advantage of that. I mean, they're going to knock out Champions League. I know they're Europa League. They've won the Europa League many times, and they've knocked us out once or twice. But at the same time, they're like, with the form they're in currently, I'm not too worried. Like, I think they've been very poor.
I'm trying to. Obviously, they sacked Lopetegui, didn't he? Who was obviously managing Wolves. Then people are kind of saying, these Sevilla, they just turn into a totally different breed in the Europa League. Can you see that happen tomorrow? Like, it's at Old Trafford as well, so it's definitely not going to be an easy game.
Unless it's an absolute miracle, I don't think so. Like, I mean, I know that they've done well in the Europa League, but like, I've not watched their games, but from what I've heard, that they're having an absolutely dive. They're like Chelsea. They're like the League of Chelsea. They're that bad. Like, should be a high in the league. They're mid-table. They're doing really poor. No, honestly, I'm not. We shouldn't be worried about them. That they're absolutely dreadful.
I mean, just to throw it out there, like, we beat Barcelona, who are top. We beat Sociedad, who are 4th. We beat Betis, who are 6th. So surely we should be Sevilla, who are 13th place.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. No, we've beaten three, like two. I mean, one, they've been the best one in the league at Barcelona. 2 decent ones in Sociedad and Betis. I really don't see Sevilla being a problem. Surely not, like.
Yeah. Can you see it being like a Betis kind of game where we just annihilate them in the first leg?
Possibly. I mean, it's at Old Trafford, and like, there's a good chance that, I mean, Old Trafford, 2 key players back in Casemiro and Eriksen. I wouldn't be too worried. I'd say we have a good chance, and absolutely, like, Betis were terrible in the first leg. They were absolutely dreadful.
They weren't too bad away, but I think we kind of just took the foot off the gas in the second leg, to be brutally honest.
Yeah, we had the job done. We were winning 4-1, made the job done, but there's no need to go too hard. And even then, we still won. I mean, Rashford scored a belter of a goal to help us, obviously, but I would say that I'd say we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Well, I'm just looking at the last 5 games here. They beat Almeria 2-1. Getafe beat them 2-0. They beat Cadiz 2-0 and they drew 2-2 against Celta Vigo on Friday. I mean, the other games you'd expect them to be winning.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think a single one of those teams are like that. None of them are that high in this league. Like, if they were the big teams, I'd kind of be sitting out saying fair enough, maybe, but not. Like, they're small teams. Like, no, I wouldn't be too worried about them. I mean, we beat Barcelona. Like, we actually played really well against them as well. So I wouldn't be too worried about them. Like, I do think we can get the job done, no bother.
I mean, just looking at so far this season, 8 wins, 8 draws, 12 defeats, 32 points, and a goal difference of -11.
That is appalling. Like that's relegation for them now, almost. Like 8 wins all season.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. Only 8 wins. That's embarrassing. I mean, we should be.
I mean, I know our goal difference isn't good, but it's not -11. And we got slapped.
Like, our goal difference is a bit poor. That goal difference is disgraceful.
But we got slapped 4-0, 6-3, 7-0, and our goal difference is still there.
Exactly.
So, I mean, looking at our last 5, we beat Fulham 3-1. We beat Newcastle beat us 2-0, which, you know, it's not bad. Losing against Newcastle, it's shite, but it's no surprise to anyone. Beat Brentford 1-0 and beat Everton 2-0. And again, our form, we're fourth in the Premier League. 17 wins, a lot more than Sevilla. 5 draws, 7 defeats, 56 points, and a goal difference of 7. So, I'm sure it's safe to say we're the favourites in this tie.
I'd say so, yeah.
Obviously, what I'm hearing from you, you can see Sevilla, having the head or whatever to kind of turn into the Europa League giants or something like that. So you can see us, like what you saying, comfortable win over both legs, or I mean,
I'd say first leg will be fine. Second leg maybe a bit shaky because it's Sevilla saying one. I'd say we'll be fine. I'm not one bit worried.
Yeah, I think so far in the knockout stages we played a Spanish team and we haven't lost one of them.
No, we lost. In the group we lost at home, but that was at the start, and that was due to
that
dodgy.
Yeah, go on. Yeah. I'm glad you said. Yeah, I mean, head-to-head record, it's not good, but something different about us this season. There's something different. I know people are fed up with him.
We're playing much better. Now we're playing much better football. Like the players look much better players, and players improve so much. Now definitely, we're much better than we are last season. I mean, like we're winning games left, right, and centre. We've improved so much. Like now we're doing real. I mean, we'll beat Sevilla no bother. I'm telling you now for a fact we'll beat Sevilla no bother.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and, I was going to ask, the next question was, are you confident? I don't think I have to ask that question.
Oh, no, I
am. I'm going to go through the Ten Hag press quotes as we always do. So, just to give people a little insight of what the gaffer said, if anyone, hasn't listened or seen his press conference earlier on. So we spoke about on Marcus Rashford. He said a few games, so that's the statement. I can't give more details in it because we don't know. We'll have to see how it develops. Then he spoke about Garnacho and Luke Shaw's injuries. He says both not available. Definitely the injury of Garnacho is more severe, but I expect Luke Shaw back on shorter notice. So Luke Shaw not available for tomorrow's game, Tom. What are you saying? I mean, Malacia, I really like Malacia. I think he can do a decent job playing left back.
No, Malassia's more. I know obviously Luke Shaw is a better player, but Malassia's fine. Malassia does the job. He's good enough, steady left back. No, Malassia will be fine.
Yeah, and then Garnacho being out as well, bit of a shame as well because he's been doing so well this season, especially for his age as well. Like he's been doing very well.
Yeah, he'll be back in no time. Not sure. I mean, at least with Pelestri and all them, so I won't be too worried either.
Yeah. And then he spoke about Martial. He says we don't have to force things. We are careful. The front line against Everton worked really well. Then he said if Martial could start tomorrow, he says I think he is ready to start, but as I said, the front line did very well against Everton, Brentford, and we picked the same against Everton. He says the advantage was we could bring Martial back slowly, giving him minutes, but I think already against Everton he was ready to start that game. He says the time he needs for a goal is less. When he's in the team, we play our best football and we have our best results as a team. I defend him because I point to the stats and see how he contributes. Fair enough. He knows how to answer these kind of questions, doesn't he? Like when I first started watching Ten Hag's press conferences, I was like, these are boring me. I don't know what he's saying.
He's good composure. No, he's good composure. Like he doesn't he just knows what to say and when to say it. Like no, he's good title giving. Like he's good. Like he's not like this nervous person you don't know what they're going to say. Like he knows what he wants to say and he knows what he wants. Like he's not like this mystic. He knows what he just knows.
Another thing,
he's that guy.
And another thing as well, he'd make your questions sound like shit.
You would. That's another thing, yeah.
Like you could be thinking, I'm gonna ask him this brilliant question. It's gonna be such a smack in the face. You'll make it sound shit. You're like, seriously, be quiet, Tom. You know what you're on about. Then he spoke with the midfield. He says, I think the balance in the midfield was good with Casemiro, Eriksen and Bruno. Casemiro is the balanced player, the line-up player. Eriksen can support him, but also go to the final part of the game, can create chances with key passes. He spoke with Eriksen. He says, really important player, and I think he had 7 or 8 assists in the league, which tells a story. Yeah, I mean, when we signed Eriksen in the last summer, people were a bit like, why we sign a player who nearly had a heart attack? He nearly died last summer. He's getting old? He's this, he's that. He's proved he's proved everyone wrong, Tom.
Oh yes, yeah.
Like how you can nearly die to be doing so well. Like that deserves that. Honestly, that deserves rounds of applause. Eriksen deserves one. Like that's brilliant stuff. That like most people would retire. Just give it up because they'd be afraid to kind of, like, and he doesn't like, John way some footballers let themselves go. He's just been on top of everything, like literally.
Yeah, no, he's very consistent as well. Like, not like he's a Brit. Like I've always been saying it for years. He's one of the best attack players in the Prem. Obviously, like, I know there's been Ozil and De Bruyne, and there's been some quality attack. He's been one of the. He's not one of the best, but he's been one of the better ones. And I was always hoping we get a player like him. And I know he's getting a bit old now, but he's still performing really well. Like we've still got quality players in our hands.
Yeah, underrated.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, he's in his 30s, but like, yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. I actually really, really like him. Like, I'm kind of delighted we got him. Like, I wanted us to get him. Like during the summer, it was always Manchester United and Eriksen. Next minute, it was like, no. Doesn't want to come to United. He wants to go back to Tottenham. Tottenham didn't want him back. Then he wanted to come to us. He came to us, and what a signing! What a signing! I mean, him and Casemiro work together, work with each other so well, don't they?
Oh, they do, yeah.
Which is brilliant. Real Madrid are just beating Chelsea. Actually, 1-0. I was meant to say it to you. Then the head probably don't care because Chelsea, I guess, slapped them that anyways. Todd Bowley's 3-0. Have a guess.
Karim Benzema?
Yeah.
Wait, what's the score?
Yeah. Todd Bowley supposedly said, I'm not sure whether you've seen it. It was like,
I saw it. Todd Bowley said they're going to win 3-0.
He's such a clown, and he what's
Never
with
let
these
an American,
American.
for the love of God, like for their own sake, never let an American watch the football match. Like they're
Yeah.
going to embarrass themselves at this point.
Take it from Manchester United fans. Listen, take it from
Yeah.
a Manchester United. Trust me, if you need advice about wanting American owners, just come to Manchester United. They'd give you clear advice. Don't be insulted by. And then David De Gea as well actually was at the press conference today. He spoke about, on criticism. He says, when we keep a clean sheet, that means the team and I did a good job. The criticism was always there. You cannot please everyone. I always try my best. We're doing a great job together. He's supposedly leading the clean sheet. He's like he's top with this. I think it's like 12, 13 clean sheets.
Yeah, it's got the highest clean sheets. Like no, because
Yeah.
we'll always keep it clean. We can keep clean sheets on bottom, but then there'll just be some games we'll just get absolutely smashed. Like that's the thing with us. Like
Yeah, that's good about the hair. Like his distribution's not the best, but like I actually really like the hair, and like I'd love him to win the Golden Glove. I actually would love to. I mean,
he might.
Ramsdale.
He actually might.
Exactly. Like again, he has a good defense and a good midfield. Like last season, Tom, we had a shit defense and a shit midfield.
Yeah. We kept like 7 clean sheets all season last season. 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm even surprised we kept that much. Then he said about Harry Maguire, Ten Hag obviously he says, we saw on Saturday how good he is. He's doing really well and he's always in contention. Not for me, isn't it? Obviously he's going to say that, and he says, I'm happy with how my team is and defending. We defend with 11 and we have a great goalie who gives us so many clean sheets. Then he spoke about Sabitzer. He's doing fantastic. He's adjusted well to Man United in the Premier League. He's a great person and suits the dressing room well. He's an intelligent player and we're happy with his role at the moment. Then he says, we want to play dynamic and surprise opponents, make it difficult to read our game. Fucking hell, nearly done there. We defended with 11 and attack with 11. So we work on that every day at every game. We have to improve every game. Yeah, not really much to say about that. And another one is De Gea, back to De Gea again on surpassing Peter Schmeichel's clean sheet record. He says, it feels great. It means I've been here for a long time and doing well. Beating his record makes me so proud. And now is the moment to keep clean sheets. When we do that, we're close to winning big things. Which is I mean, fair play to him for surpassing Peter Schmeichel, who was a good goalie.
Yeah.
Then he spoke about the season so far. He says, we are playing really good football. We've already won one cup and we're all enjoying it. The dressing room is close together and the players are giving their all in training and football games. He says, we are sailing through competitions and we're in the right way. I don't know about you, but it's like Ten Hag, like, usually, you're seeing Manchester United players' press conferences and they had no clue what to say. The shit they were saying, like, why are you saying that? Very humble. Like,
yeah.
Again, is that just them or is that Ten Hag kind of brought a different attitude into the dressing room? I'm not sure, but is it one of those keep your cards close to your chest? I'm not sure. Then on Anthony, the player who's probably been getting a lot of criticism this season. Would it be safe to say? Again, I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't given him a bit. I think everyone has, but we still said give him time. Like,
no, he's a good player. Like the thing, we just you have to be like give him a few. Like remember when Cristiano Ronaldo when we first signed him, we had to give him a few seasons to show what he was truly made of. Like it's same with Anthony. Give him a few years, he'll be world class. Yeah,
exactly. Look what Ronaldo went to do. Won probably every trophy in the book except for the World Cup, probably. So he says, of course, we expect frontline players to be a threat, but also have an effect in our final third. He has to work on that, but he's a young player. He says he scored in big games, and if you can do it in such games, you can do it in the Premier League games. We have to win games together, and that is my experience with him. He says he's a fighter, and he likes a challenge when he plays. The team is winning, and he kills. And he's still a very young player. He can kill opponents. Yeah, which is right. He's a very aggressive kind of player, Anthony, but I like it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. Look at Martinez, aggressive, but I like it. Do you know what I mean? Then he spoke about Rashford again. He said it's a setback and he's disappointed, but he's not totally broke because he will return quickly. He started his rehab and that helps to get back soon. And another one, McTominay will not play against Sevilla tomorrow due to an injury. club sources say it's something serious. So Tom, what do you reckon? Again, I know these 10 high press conferences aren't really, but like, seems very chill, especially about the Rashford injury, Garnacho injury, Shaw injury. Doesn't seem to be worrying.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's not too serious, so it's good he's taking it nice and easy. He's not going too overboard with it. Like, he knows it's all grand. Like, he's going to be panicking or anything like that. Like, he knows he's fine. He's sorted. Like,
yeah, that's definitely it. I mean, our team now is Casemiro torn, Rashford injured, McTominay injured, Garnacho injured, Shaw injured. I haven't seen anything about Sevilla, but obviously Tellez, I think he's available to play tomorrow for Sevilla, so it'll be nice to see him actually play. See what he can do. Hopefully he doesn't score. If he's a left, he probably won't. If he's playing left back, he'll be coming up against maybe Anthony. So
yeah.
I doubt he'll play though. I doubt he'll start them, but you never know. I mean, look at Cancelo last night. Came out against City and got the bills. I don't think we'd bill him though, because he didn't leave us on bad terms.
Like, yeah, I mean, tell us, he was a bit of a shite player, but we don't hate him. Like, he just wasn't that good. He left us.
Honest, yeah.
Like, I respect him. Like, he didn't do anything to particularly hurt the club. Like, the only thing he did to really hurt the club was his performance on the pitch. Like, but we can forgive that. He's gone now.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, if you do know, obviously some of Sevilla's players, obviously they have in Nasiri, Nesri, Lamela, Tellez. Did you still have Koundé? Fuck's sake, he's gone to Barcelona. I forget about that. If like any interesting matchups that you could come up with or whatever.
No, I mean, I don't know many of their players. Like, what I wouldn't be too worried at the same time. Just keep it nice and tight. Just go out and win.
Yeah. Score predictions. Oh no, sorry, predicted 11. Predicted 11.
De Gea in goal, Malacia, Varane, Martinez, and Dalot. And then Casemiro and Eriksen, Sancho, Fernandez, Anthony, and Martial.
Solid. I'm going to go De Gea in goals, Malacia left back, Martinez, Varane. Me rested Varane on Sunday or Saturday, so you'd expect them to be playing. I'm going to go Wan-Bissaka. At the midfield, Casemiro back in there. It's so nice to even predict him back in your level. It's just fucking brilliant. Casemiro and Casemiro Eriksen. I was gonna go Sabitzer, but I don't know what Ten Hag will do. But yeah, Casemiro, Eriksen, Sancho on the left, Anthony on the right, Bruno, Cam, and Martial up top. That's my predicted 11. Now to the other one, which what's Tom saying? What's the
2-0.
Yes.
Yes. Anthony and Martial.
I actually also went 2-0. Hold on a second. Let me just write that down. Yeah, Anthony loves a good goal in the Europa League. I went 2-0. I just went a bit different. Nothing new with me. Bruno and Martial to score. But yeah, 2-0. Confidence. I like it. We should beat this, so-called decent. Well, according to other people, they're a good team, but we'll see what happens. This is why tomorrow. This is why football games. But hopefully we can go out there, slap them in the first leg, and maybe rest a few players in the second leg. But game kicks off tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I don't think there's any 5:30 kickoffs for both legs. I don't think there's any 5:30 kickoffs at all now for the rest of the competition. It's this season, obviously. Obviously, the watch along will be tomorrow, so join me at around 7:30. I think me and Ryan are on for that one, so I'll let you know. But Tom, thanks for coming on. Much appreciated.
No bother.
And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Like, comment, hit that subscribe button, try our score predictions below, and follow all our socials. Link in the description on the handles. And yeah, any final thoughts, Tom, before we head?
Nothing at all, to be honest.
Cool. Thanks for watching. Speak to you all in a bit.